Last time on Adventure Adrift, we set sail from San Diego, leaving the US behind and entering Mexican waters. Arriving in Ensenada, we got checked into the country, then found the office to get annual permits for Mexico's natural protected areas. Stocked up on some school supplies to give out along our journey, then set sail into choppy seas. We sailed into the night and then hove to offshore, hoping to get some rest and overcome some seasickness before continuing south. We awoke after a rough night to a new day and fresh start. Even though it was cold, the sun was shining and we were feeling better. Not having much of a plan, we decided to head for Baja Colonet, an anchorage about 75 miles south of Ensenada. While we sailed along, there was some work to do. We had recently pulled out our knot meter and had yet to clean out the water that had come into the bilge while replacing it. Also, our sump pump required a bit of attention as the float switch seemed to get stuck on lately. With a couple of hours still to go before we reached our destination, and Ty long overdue for a haircut, he was brave enough to let me have a try at giving him a trim. Having never even used an electric razor before, I got to work. I mean, how hard can it be? All was going well until we got to the sides. I'm not sure if all razors are the same, but Ty said they usually put it on a 3 setting. Well, the number 3 setting on our razor ended up to be a bit different than what we were expecting.
We're heading to right behind here, Punta Colonet, other side Baja Colonet. That's where we're hoping to anchor for tonight. Trying to get in before dark. Very short days. Sun sets at like 4:30 right now. And today, I'm getting a haircut. Haven't even seen it yet. Haven't looked at a mirror. So I don't know how it looks. But Hillary said she made a mistake over here. Yeah, I don't know how that looks. So we'll figure out how she's going to try and make it all match up, but I might end up with a little less hair than I was actually hoping for.
We spent a couple of slightly rolly but peaceful days at Baja Colonet before continuing on southward. We made our way down to Isla San Martin, a volcanic island right off the coast, enjoying some fish tacos made from a fresh-caught bonito as we sailed. Along with lots of pelicans, seabirds, and sea lions, a group of lobster fishermen also inhabit the island, living in a small fish camp right on the beach. So it's laundry day. It's been a while since we've done laundry. And we just had the local fishermen come up and trade us some lobster. So they traded 4 lobster for 4 cans of chicken. We had no idea what to do with so much lobster. We had received some suggestions to make a stock with the heads. So after cooking 2 of them up for a pasta lunch, we did just that, turning the stock into a delicious lobster chowder. The next day, it was off to explore the island. Measuring less than 1.5 miles wide with a peak of 470 feet, we wanted to make it up to the top to take in the view. However, with no trails, our attempt was thwarted by a few painful cactus incidents. Avoiding the cactus, we went exploring around the edge of the island instead.
A bunch of chickens running around over there.
Oh, I guess the heart of the chicken.
Here, we found a group of California sea lions that we inadvertently disturbed from across the lagoon. This rocky lagoon, protected by smooth, perfect volcanic stones, almost looks like it was made particularly for these lucky sea lions.
Yeah, stop here.
So we're here on the beach. The little group of sea lions all hopped in the water when they saw us across the way, but there's a few here that are still up on the beach, which we've noticed everywhere. We think these guys must not be doing too well, be sick or something, and there's a few carcasses up here on the beach too, so. Being a desert island of volcanic origin gave this place a feeling of being in another world, which is what we love most about exploring these remote, isolated places. With crystal clear water, we hauled up anchor, headed for San Quintin. So we dug in.
Yeah. Don't get back in. Start up
We only had a short sail ahead of us and decided to get some cleaning done on the way. With the sun shining and a nice light breeze, we sailed along on a close reach, enjoying the short 3-hour sail. Isla San Martin is actually the remnants of an extinct volcano, and more cones lie just a few miles across the water on the mainland near San Quintin, making for some excellent scenery. Bahia San Quintin is a huge, empty bay. With no one else around for miles, we spent some time relaxing, breaking out our awesome new hammock. Before we could continue on south, I had a job to do. While we were at San Martin, our radar deflector had chafed through the line, falling down, luckily, onto the deck. This was my first time up the mast while at anchor, and the view was amazing. After rehanging the deflector, we tightened up the line so it couldn't swing around so much and cut itself free again.
Might keep it the right tension, possibly. We'll look and see. It needs to be pretty tight.
Stop there. Up a little bit. Yeah, there's good. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Come back and join us next week. We head off to some awesome islands with some amazing wildlife.
Yeah, we're all checked into Mexico now. Everything's paid up. I think to recap our fees, so our immigration for two of us was $38 US.
Yep, and our import permit was, for the boat, for Varuna, was $55.
Good for 10 years.
10 years, yep. And then our port clearance fee was about $20.
And that was in Ensenada?
In Ensenada, yep.
We also got the national park permit for us for a year, and that was how much per person?
That was $16 each per person, for good for 1 year.
Yep. And then we had fishing licenses, which we got for a year as well. That was the probably most expensive.
Yeah, those were $46 each. And then the last thing we got was Mexico liability insurance for Varuna, which is required if you're going to be in any sort of marina, and since we had to go to a marina to check in Ensenada, we had to have it. Plus, might be good to have down the line.
Yeah, so I figured we'll get that for the little year, see how it goes, and not a bad price, I guess, for a year's worth of insurance there.
Yeah, it was $190 for a year.
Oh, thanks a lot for watching, guys. If you liked the video, give us a big thumbs up. We'd love it, and leave your comments below.
Yeah, and thanks to all of our patrons and subscribers. You guys are awesome and the reason why we make these videos.
Bye.
Bye.